Good morning, everyone. Jim Laird joining you from Grand Pacifica, Nicaragua. It's a windy but beautiful day here. Tide's really high right now. I hope you're doing well. Tomorrow, Dr. Stillman and I will be doing our weekly class. And tomorrow, the lesson is on, let me think, I think training goals, therapeutic failure, and there's something else. But yes, get on the email list. That way you can get on that free webinar, free lesson, so to speak. And we do that every week. And those go in the fundamentals of wellness, wellness secrets, our masterclass coaching group. So get in on that. You can also watch the replay if you can't make it. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time, right here on StreamYard. You will get a link tonight. Tonight is Wednesday. You will get an email with a link to that this evening. So we look forward to having you on there. And we've got a different one every single week. On yesterday's show, I read off all the titles for like the next 5 weeks. So look forward to having you on there. Just a little bit of a kind of observation. It's really interesting. My dog, Raml, who's laying in the sun right over there, he's 16 years old. He's had like 4 surgeries, 5 surgeries, actually. He got hit by a car just before I got him. The owners the people that owned him when he got hit by a car couldn't afford to keep him. And a friend of mine who was a client, a veterinarian, called me and was like, I got this dog. We're going to put it down unless I'm willing to do surgery on it. We're going to put him down unless you can take him. So I took him, and I've had him ever since. And the first time he came into the gym was like not very long after his hip surgery. And he ran over, picked up a 20-pound medicine ball. He was skin and bones when I got him, and just started running sprints up and down the gym with a 20-pound medicine ball in his mouth. And that kind of, but Raml's been an incredible dog. We still play catch for about 45 minutes every morning. Incredibly bright and alert, but he's starting to show age a little bit. And he started, I throw him the ball, and he starts running back, and his back legs will kind of give out a little bit. It's kind of started happening here in the last week or so. But I noticed yesterday we were up here. He's literally like quadrupled his time. He usually lays in the sun for about half an hour, maybe 30 minutes. And then he'll come inside and get in the shade and lay down for a while. But yesterday he literally sunbathed, like the whole day yesterday. And he did much better this morning. He wasn't so goofy. So he kind of knows something's going on, and he's doing what he can to mitigate himself. So he understands the power of the sun, that's for sure. And I've gotten some different food for him. I'm going to try some different organ meats and stuff that I've gotten for him. So hopefully, be careful using an R on one of your t-shirts. An R. Be careful using an R. R on one of your t-shirts. What's that? WSSBR. That's it. I don't understand what you're asking me, Jim, but go ahead and you can email me what you're talking about. So, oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I actually got flagged for Raml. Yeah, I actually got flagged on I shared a picture of him, and you're correct on that. I actually shared and I'm probably using the name Raml on here, probably going to get me thrown in jail on YouTube. I actually shared a post, it's my dog Raml, and I got flagged, and people, and I actually it was really interesting. I was working at a gym in Florida last year, and one of the ladies working at that trained at this gym, I brought Raml in, and like, what's his name, Raml? And she literally went to the owner of the place and like, did you realize you hired a Nazi? Because my dog's name is Raml. And the owner came up to me and was like, are you a Nazi? And I'm like, have you read history? Raml was not a Nazi. He was regular military. He actually was very humane to his enemy. He was very well respected by the Allies. He was actually in on the plot to kill Hitler. They found out that he knew about the plot to kill Hitler. He was actually the one that was going to take over after Hitler. Then he was going to try and get peace with the West, try and settle things with the United States, and then basically try and fight the Russians essentially. And Hitler found out that he knew about it, and they gave him two options. They'd either, if he resisted or ran, they would basically kill his entire family and torture them, or if he basically took his own life, the family would be left alone and be taken care of. And so he chose to take his own life. He went out and swallowed a cyanide capsule, and did the honorable thing and protected his family. So, yeah, thank you, Jim. That's very true. You say that. Well, actually, I got banned on Facebook they were talking about Hitler, being a vegetarian, which he was, and he also had terrible flatulence. And they were talking about vegetarians and stuff. And I was like, well, Hitler was a vegetarian. He had terrible gas, flatulence. And that got construed as like hate speech. So I got a strike for that and it got taken down. So who knows what the powers of evil will say about this video. I just don't even care at this point. But yeah, Raml's been trying to medicate himself in the sun. And yeah, he's preparing myself mentally for not having this guy. He got me through my car accident 2 years ago when I was by myself. I didn't know anybody. He dragged me out of bed. So good boy. So better not talk about that too much. I might start crying. But a couple people asked about what my daily life is like here. It's definitely a lot different than in Kentucky. That's for certain. I mean, the sun comes up here at 5:30. And I literally, like this morning, I got up, kind of get rolling a little bit, and I do a few little breathing drills, and then I go for about a 45-minute walk at sunrise, and I'll walk towards the resort, then there's a golf course a little ways away from, and I turn around and walk back. It's nice and cool. It's breezy. I don't take Raml because he's getting to the point now where those really long walks I'd rather have him, we walk a little bit, but I'd rather have him run because he likes the short runs. So those long walks are really hard on him. So I don't take him on those big walks anymore. Plus he slows me down a little bit. So I go walk, I come back, and then I'll do a little bit more moving around on the floor, and I'll get ready for my day. Then I take Raml to the beach. I do my Instagram live on the beach every morning to remind people to get outside. And then I come back here and get back into my day. I haven't been able to do the lives as early as I'd like because I unplug the internet at night. And sometimes it takes a little while for the internet to get fired back up again, which I can live with. That's not a problem. But then I have various calls throughout the day. I take movement breaks. I do resets. I do things like hang from the post over there. I like to go, I get on my motorcycle and I like to basically go and, go to the restaurant here, go to the resort, have a coffee there, do my work there. I do a lot of work if I'm not doing any like medical calls, if I'm doing like a medical call, I'll do that, at home in privacy. People generally, I wear headphones, but people generally don't want medical calls to be done out in the middle of, people. So I'll do those. And then I've got all the back end stuff I do for Stillman Wellness and for Dr. Stillman. I, follow up with people. I check on emails and do all those sorts of things. Plus I've got, getting the website for the gym released. I'm overseeing that. So then I help with, the team. I have group coaching calls with Dr. Stillman. I have team meetings with Dr. Stillman. So I'm constantly doing those things while going outside. And I do all these meetings, either here upstairs on the balcony, or I do them in the kitchen downstairs, my open air kitchen. So that's essentially it. I had one of the best fillets I've ever had in my life last night. Incredible fillet, large. wrapped in bacon. They just literally butchered a cow here yesterday. That's where I got some of the organ meats for the dog. And I'm probably going to go back again today. It was $20. And that would have been at the restaurant, $20. That would have been over $100 steak at a steakhouse. And it was phenomenal. It was cooked perfectly. The day before that, I had an ahi tuna bowl, like a poke bowl. And I watched them literally. They brought the tuna in. They were 4 or 5 feet long. And they literally they filleted them right there on the table, or not the table I was on, but a table just outside the restaurant. Best sushi I've ever had by far. So I'm very blessed. That was like $10 for the poke bowl. I mean, it would have been, I was joking before I left Florida. I was paying $30 for Chipotle because I'd get like the extra protein. So yeah, there's massive, there's definitely not a lot of restaurants here. There's not a lot of variety, but what is here is very good. And it's very simple. And the quality of the food is just like tomatoes and pineapples and the watermelons. And just like, I literally eat pineapple for breakfast every single day with my eggs and my steak and all that stuff. But I've got bought some bacon from a farmer's market that I'm looking forward to trying. I'm going to cook that myself because I asked my housekeeper if she'd ever seen or cooked bacon, and she goes, "No, what is it?" So I'm not gonna. They have a tendency. It took me about 2 weeks to teach her what medium was for steaks. So I don't want to risk having bacon potato chips. I'm going to make sure I cook that stuff. I'll probably bake it in the oven. I finally figured out how to turn a gas oven on yesterday. I got the right tool to do it. So I might bake those in the oven. We'll see. Put them in the oven and bake them. I don't know if I have a cookie sheet or not, but we'll figure it out. But the last thing I need to do is burn my whole house down. That would suck. I do have a fire extinguisher in the kitchen because I have a gas stove. So that is a huge advantage here, is having a gas stove. If the power goes out, you can still cook. Obviously don't have to worry about heat in the house. I actually brought a battery bank down, which has been very helpful. I have a large battery bank that I bought to run my fridge, freezer, cooler that I brought down with me. I had some supplements, some medical stuff that needed to be cooled. I kept cold, and then I had food. I bought food for the way down, and just extra water and stuff like that. So I bought this battery bank, and so when I stop the car, I would just plug the freezer into the cooler into the battery bank. It's really good. We took it to Managua the other day. We went to the store early, and we just ran around Managua all day with the the cooler hooked into the battery bank. I have a small battery bank and a big one, and I've got solar panels for them as well. But it's really good. I basically the solar system here is not the greatest. It's pretty good, but I've got 2 air conditioners, one up here, one downstairs. And so I'm kind of experimenting. And here's the thing, like when I first got here, I had the air conditioner on all the time and cranking. And now I don't even ever really put it on at all, except when I sleep. And I used to have it at like, 17 Celsius. Now, like last night, I slept with it on 26. So I've found that I really don't need the air conditioner like I thought I would. My body's getting used to the temperature. So I've been able to, obviously, when you first come down here, you're probably going to need the air conditioner, but I've found that I don't need it like I used to need it. So I'm using it less and less, but I'm trying to figure out like what's the right amount of what I can set the upstairs AC on and then still run the downstairs AC without running the batteries out overnight. I probably just need to get an extra battery, which I probably will. But I have a battery bank. And so what I've done is I plug the battery bank into the wall and it charges during the day. And this battery bank, once my refrigerator is cold and freezer is cold, it doesn't take that much energy to keep the freezer and the fridge cold. So you really like this this battery bank will run that fridge freezer for like a week just by, and I plug my red light into it. The red light actually uses up quite a lot of power. So I plug the red light into it. So at night it's plugged in, it's not plugged into the wall. So at night, my refrigerator, my red light, I'll charge my devices, things like that off this battery bank. So it's not pulling from the main battery bank for the ACs. So that's going to help take draw off the system so that I have more juice for the ACs. But I'm working on not having to use the ACs as much. And then, but during the day, and that's the thing too, the nice thing about this house is you can basically close off my bedroom and then turn the AC on during the day, get it really cold. And then you can basically just leave it off at night, have a cool room. And then during the day when the sun is really, really hitting those solar panels, you don't have to worry because you're getting so much electricity from the solar panels here that there's not enough to like the batteries can only absorb so much. And then any extra, if you have the AC on during the day, it's not a big deal. It's at night when, how much is it going to draw? So you can get the room nice and cool, and then you can turn it off or turn it down dramatically at night. So that's kind of a strategy that you can use as well. Because during the day, there's excess power. So you can run those ACs and still charge your battery at the same time. So just a little bit of strategy. So, but I mean, honestly, if I was sleeping up here with the ocean right out there, I would probably just get a bug screen. And honestly, I haven't really seen, I think in the rainy season, the bugs come out a lot more. I'd probably just get a bug screen and put the bug screen, and I would probably just sleep with this wide open because there's not really any street lights here, depending on the moonlight. But it would be pretty awesome to sleep up here. I'm going to try that, sleep up here with the window open or with the windows open and the ocean in the background, because you can hear the waves from here, which I think would be really cool to actually sleep like that. So this went a little longer than I thought. So thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to me rabble on. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, I'm not using Raml on one of my t-shirts. So yeah, that could end up causing a problem. The t-shirts are basically, it's the NAA Barbell logo, which I haven't really shared. If you go to Instagram, don't go to the website because it's not done yet. We're having some delays on that. But if you go to NAA Barbell on Instagram, you'll see the logo. It's the blue Nicaraguan flag. There's a wave logo in the middle, which is the Gram Pacifica logo, then a barbell over top, and then it says NAA Barbell Gram Pacifica, or it says NAA Barbell Gram Pacifica. And basically, I've got t-shirts, hoodies, crop tops. I've got mugs, and it basically is like NAA Barbell on the front of these t-shirts and hoodies. And on the back, it says either get outside, NAABarbell.com, or don't be a zoo animal, NAABarbell.com. Essentially on the coffee mugs, on the t-shirts. And essentially, so it's one, to help me build a gym here, two, to support the local community for just a few dollars, so much here. And then it's also to essentially help the local community here, and then also help build the community here, because I'm really excited about the opportunity here. If you're a freedom-loving person that loves the outdoors, that wants to be left alone, this is an incredible place to be. And you can help contribute, buy t-shirts and things like that. I'm probably going to do some crowdfunding as well. I haven't really decided exactly how I'm going to do that, but we'll see. We'll have some different packages for people that want to invest. And if you want to come down here and check it out, you're more than welcome to do that. So have yourself a great day. I've got to get on a call here. I'm already late. Well, I'll be late in 30 seconds. So thanks for listening to me rabble on. Please like this. And because Lord knows that it's not going to get any traction on YouTube. They don't want people talking about freedom and all those things. So have yourself a great day.